Welcome back. If this is your first time here on this channel and you experience any kind of issues with playback, please check out the link in the description to my mirrored account on BitChute.com, redpill_McKenzie. Now, in today's video, we're picking up where we left off. We're now in week 1 of May 2018 with the high-level resignations. Talking CEOs, CFOs, COOs, heads of state, police chiefs, you name it. Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, it's a new week until basically we get all caught back up. And where do I get these names from? Well, I get them from a site called resignation.info, maintained by Resignation Anon. And despite the meme I just showed you, there are actually a lot of good people on this list. Not everyone on this list is a bad person, so that means not everyone's going to be indicted. Check out the link to the indictments on that website if you want to see for yourself. There's also a feature on here where you can report new resignations or anything that you haven't seen reported since September 2017. If you have the link to that news article and submit it, it'll be put in line to be verified. Once it's been verified, it'll be added. And if it's recent and it's notable, chances are you might hear it on the next resignation show. Every other Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. German time. The next show's actually this weekend on February 3rd. And it's hosted on a channel called In Real Life News. I'll put the link to their channel in the description so that way you don't miss the resignation show. Now that all the bases have been covered, let's get to the names. We have the CEO to Health Tap in the U.S., Ron Gutman. We have the CEO to Community Bank in the U.S., Baron Pat McCune, retired. We have the CEO to Johnston Press in the U.K., Ashley Highfield. We have a financial advisor to the Environmental Protection Agency, the EPA in the U.S., Albert Kell Kelly. You have a pastor from the megachurch in the U.S., Mac Brunson. The note says no quote scandal, end quote, involved. That's just what the note said. We have the Secretary of State to Louisiana in the U.S., Tom Sheldler. After becoming embroiled in allegations he sexually harassed a female employee for years, he resigned. We have the president to the Buffalo Bills and Sabres in New York, Russ Brandon, resigned after an investigation. We have the chief to the Prince George's County Schools in Maryland, Kevin Maxwell. In the wake of scandals that left critics questioning his judgment and leadership, he resigned. We have the CEO and president to AT&T Performing Arts Center in the U.S., Doug Curtis. We have the CEO and the chief nursing officer to the North Texas Medical Center in Texas. The CEO was off to go to Texoma Medical Center. We have the CEO to BlackRock Capital Investment Corporation in the U.S., Michael Zugay. We have the CEO to Twin Lab in the U.S., Naomi Whittel. We have the CFO to Enphase Energy Inc. in the U.S. We have a TV host from The Right Stuff in the UK, Matthew Wright. We have the CEO to Education Pioneers in the U.S. We have the Chief Information Security Officer to St. Joseph Health in California, going off to work for First Energy Corporation. We have the CFO to MetLife in the U.S., John Heel, retired. We have the general manager to WGVU Public Media in the U.S., Michael Walenta, retired. We have a chief to the Dawson County Emergency Services in Georgia, Lanier Swafford. We have the chief to the Meridian Fire Department in Mississippi, Anthony Clayton, retired. We have the CEO and the chairman to Xerox Corp in the U.S., the takeover was blocked by court and they will stay, question mark, question mark, question mark. This is all in the notes. So everything from the Xerox Corp, feel free to post in the comments if all these people are working for them again. In a victory for Carl Icahn's battle, and this is continuing on the comments, against the company's planned $6.1 billion takeover by Fujifilm Holdings Corporation. So on top of these two positions, there's also all of these board members. So again, contingent on whether or not that actually went through. These could be iffy here. Pause if you want to read all those names. So we have the CEO from Trust Nordics in Denmark. We have the culture minister from the Armenian government, Armin Amiran. We have the CEO to Mineral Community Hospital in Montana. We have the director to AirAsia India, Amar Abral. We have the CEO to Starcom Media Vest in Pakistan. We have the CEO to Achilleon Pharmaceuticals in the US. We have the CEO and director to China Greatland Holdings Limited. We have the CEO and the CFO to Rankin Jordan Pediatric Bridge Hospital in Missouri. The CEO resigned after the hospital board discovered she violated the hospital's paid time off policy. We have the CEO to Aircel in India, Kaizad Hirji. We have the CEO to Bistrat Pierre in the UK. We have the CEO to Impresaria Group in the UK. We have the CEO to Atlanta Housing Authority in Georgia, Catherine Boyle. We have the CEO to MTY Food Group in Canada, Stanley Ma. We have the CEO to Ryan Companies US Inc. in the US, Pat Ryan. We have the editor-in-chief to the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences in the US, Inder Verma, accused of sexual harassment by several women, forced his resignation. We have a lawyer to the White House, Ty Cobb. We have the chief to the California Police Department, Michael J. Ward. We have the chief to the River Hills Police Department in Wisconsin, Todd Cowie, retired. We have the chief to the Barnstable Police Department in Massachusetts, Paul McDonald, retired. We have a judge from the Ventura County Superior Court in California, Brian J. Back, retired. We have a director from the Honolulu Authority for Rapid Transportation in the U.S., Abby Mayer. We have the president to Lee's Summit Chamber of Commerce in Kansas, Tim Abirte. We have the prime minister to the Gabon government, Emmanuel Isoze N. We have the CEO to Ascendance Biomedical in the U.S., Aaron Trawick. Died at age 28. The report says Washington, D.C.'s Metropolitan Police Department found him in a spa room at Solex Float Spa. Police arrived in response to a 911 call of an unconscious man. We have the CEO to Subway in the U.S., Suzanne Greco, retired. We have the CEO to HT Media in India, Rajiv Verma. We have the CEO and president to Volunteers of America, Michigan in the U.S. We have the CEO to Golden Eagle Retail Group Limited in China. We have a member to the Parliament of Albania, Samir Tahiri, alleged involvement in a drug trafficking ring. We have the COO to Scalar in the U.S., William Welch. We have the CEO and president to Rose Hill Resources, Inc. in the U.S., retired. We have the counselor to Fayetteville in North Carolina, Tyrone Williams, resigned amid an FBI probe. We have the CEO to Sayona Mining Limited in Australia, Corey Nolan. We have the CEO and president to Kleberg Bank in the U.S., Joe Hinkle, retired. We have the senator to the Massachusetts Senate, Stanley C. Rosenberg, in the wake of a damning ethics report about his conduct and judgment. We have the CEO and president to the Lindian International in the U.S., Howard Stevenson. We have the CEO and president to Gymnastics Canada, Peter Nicole. We have the chairwoman to Transnet in South Africa, Linda Mabasso. We have the CEO and president to Munson Healthcare Grayling Hospital in Michigan, retired. We have the treasurer to Dukes County in Massachusetts, Noreen Mavro Flanders. We have the chief to the Sonny Plattsburgh University Police in New York, Jerry Lottie, retired. We have the director to Greenbox POS LLC in the U.S. We have the physician to the White House, Jennifer Penna. She is Mike Pence's physician. We have an advisor in the FBI, James Baker. He was an advisor to former FBI Director James Comey. And there's a lot more history on that for anyone who's following close attention in the news. Same thing with Lisa Page from a few months ago, still relevant, an advisor to the FBI in the U.S. She was also an advisor to the former FBI Director James Comey. Embroiled in a lot of the same things between the two. We have the senior VP to Manulife International Limited in China, retired. We have the CFO to Caterpillar Inc. in the U.S., Brad Halverson. We have the CEO to William Inglis in Australia. We have the CEO to Association for Communication and Advertising in South Africa. We have the CEO to Air France KLM in France, Jean-Marc Genilat. After staff rejected a pay deal, he resigned. We have the CEO to the National Bank of Greece, Leonidas F. We have the CEO and president to the Milwaukee Jewish Federation in Wisconsin. We have the chairman to the Clarkston Financial Corporation in the U.S., retired. We have the CEO to the Vancouver Aquarium in Canada, retired. We have the CEO to the Greater Fort Wayne Inc. in Indiana, Eric Dodden. We have the director to the Baltimore City Office of Civil Rights in Maryland, Jill P. Carter. We have the VP to Austin Police Association in Texas. After being suspended from the Austin Police Department for 20 days and demoted, he resigned. We have the chief to the South Palm Beach Police Department in Florida, Carl Webb, retired. We have the chief to the Bartlesville Police Department in Oklahoma, Tom Holland, retired. We have the president and publisher to the San Diego Business Journal in California, Huntley Payton. We have the prime minister to the Chadian government, Albert Fahimi, and his entire cabinet resigned along with him. We have the editorial page editor to the Denver Post in Colorado, Chuck Plunkett. We have the chairman and these two senior editors also from the Denver Post. We have the CEO and president to Avram Biotechnologies in the U.S. We have the COO and the CMO to Fred's Inc. in the U.S. We have the COO to Zayo Group Inc. in the U.S. We have the deputy CEO, Piraeus Port Authority in Greece. We have the CEO to Global Gaming in Sweden, Stefan Olsen. We have the CEO to Transpeshwar in Pakistan. For not completing the BRT project on time, was fired. And these, the chairman, the CFO, and the general manager of operations and market development, all three in protest for the fired CEO, decided to quit. We have the COO and president to the Southwestern Electric Power Company in the U.S., Benita McKellen Allen, retired. We have the CEO and president to Evolus Inc. in the U.S. We have the director to the Association for Data-Driven Marketing and Advertising in Australia, Ben Sharp, resigned after 2 weeks of being on the job. We have the director to the Health Service Executive, HSE, in Ireland, Tony O'Brien. We have the director to the Oneida County Airport in the U.S., Joe Brower, retired. We have the CEO and director to Sunshine Oil Sands Limited in Canada. We have the CEO to the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County in Wisconsin, Michael Johnson. We have the CEO to Cellmedex Corp in the U.S. We have the finance minister to the Serbian government, Dusan Pujovic. We have the chief prosecutor to Guatemala, Thelma Aldana. We have the CEO to Vumatel in South Africa, Neil Showman. We have the CFO to Zillow in the U.S., Kathleen Phillips, retired. We have the president to the Chicago Police Board in Illinois, Lori Lightfoot. We have the president to St. Leo University in Florida, William J. Lennox Jr. We have the Attorney General to New York in the U.S., Eric Schneiderman. After 4 women had accused him of physically assaulting them, he resigned. We have the Chairman to the Jiangxi Genang Co. in China. He died. We have the Editor-in-Chief to Phnom Penh Post in Cambodia, K. Kim Song, fired. We have the City Manager to the City of Stuart in Florida, Dave Ross. We have the CFO to Snap Inc., Snapchat in the U.S., Drew Valero. We have the CEO and President to the Pharmaceutical Care Management Association in Washington, Mark Merritt. We have the CEO to Cinema Chicago in Illinois, Michael Kutza. The presenting organization of the Chicago International Film Festival is what that is. That's the note. We have the CEO to the RSA Insurance Group in the UK. We have the CEO to Monsanto in the US, Alex Bennett. After a takeover by Bayer. So that was the last name. That's it for this week. Again, a new week every Monday, Wednesday, Friday until we catch up. And until you don't miss the Resignation show, make sure you sub up with In Real Life News. And as always, if you like my video, please share because sharing's caring. And if you haven't already yet, go ahead, subscribe, ring that bell for notifications so YouTube has no chance of what kind of content of mine that you get to see. Hope you liked it. This is Red Pill McKenzie. God bless you. I love all of you.